I mean, the worst case scenario
최악의 시나리오.
is that a variant emerges.
바이러스의 변이. 변이 바이러스는 계속 확산 중에 있습니다.
The UK was one of the first countries to have an experience like this with the variant. And then the new variant came in, and because it was more transmissible, even with the same measures in place, we began to see increases in the number of cases, increases in hospitalizations. Virus was also actually more lethal in Brazil, which is having a horrible experience with the variant known as P1 that just emerged there. The scientists refer to as B.1.351, and that many people know is the virus that first emerged in South Africa.
Coronaviruses are traditionally, they mutate a lot.
이미 수많은 변이 바이러스들이 백신을 돌파하고 있죠. 변이 바이러스의 수도 너무나 많아서 전 이름조차 기억할 수가 없을 것 같은데요.
The odd thing is that during the course of a very short period of time, it nearly doubled the number of mutations that it had. And that's actually what creates the danger. It's, again, these widespread outbreaks.
We never know that how many variants will come up in the future, but I'm sure there will be many more variants who will be isolated. So I'm afraid that when that variant spreads in the community, I'm afraid that will produce much more rapid transmission of the virus.
변이 바이러스의 발생은 그 패턴이 분명합니다. 확진자가 많이 발생하는 곳, 바로 그곳에서 변이 바이러스는 생성됩니다.
Mutant viruses are coming from places with very poorly controlled spread. So widespread outbreaks of coronavirus in South Africa or in Brazil or in the United States or in the United Kingdom. And those massive outbreaks are what help to generate mutants.
그렇다면 지금 당장 시급한 것은 확진자가 폭증하는 곳의 감염률을 낮추는 것. 그리고 백신은 바로 그곳에 흘러가야 한다는 것.
To some of the hardest hit countries in the world and to the places that need them most, we're not going to be able to stop this pandemic. Because the longer we wait to get the world vaccinated, the more likely we are to have variants that can escape vaccine efficacy, the more likely we are to get variants that are going to get us into trouble.
결국 시간과의 싸움이 되겠군요.
And so we are racing a clock.
No matter where you go from one point to another point by airplane, you can reach any place on Earth within 24 hours.
이미 세계는 하나로 연결이 돼 있으니까요.
You really cannot leave, let's say, South African or Sub-Saharan African countries alone and then contain this infection within other continents.
Those poorer countries, if it's left, will be sources of new mutations of the disease, which will cause all sorts of new problems.
너무 암울합니다.
If the high-income countries exclusively vaccinate their own population with the first 2 billion doses of vaccine and don't have an equitable solution for lower-income countries, global COVID infections and deaths will double. That is an incredible number. 5 million deaths from COVID will cost them between $4 and $5 trillion.
우리가 특정 지역의 확진자 증가를 효과적으로 막지 못한다면 변이 바이러스는 계속 발생할 겁니다. 변이 바이러스가 많아지면 많아질수록 우리에겐 더 많은 백신이 필요해지죠.
We need to be prepared to vaccinate people each year, and maybe more than each year because the variants are coming, and it's possible that the vaccines are not even efficient in 3 months from now. And then we have a need to have more, to be ready for living with this kind of threats forever.
영원히 공존한다면 어떻게 되는 거죠?
And the possibility that COVID will become endemic, that it will never go away.
We may evolve to a situation where As with the flu vaccines, we need to update the vaccines periodically and provide annual booster vaccines.
문제는 백신의 개발 속도입니다. 변이 바이러스는 계속 진화되며 퍼져나가는데 인간이 만들어내는 백신은 결코 그 속도를 따라잡을 수가 없습니다.